Welcome back to the Happy Martian Dragon Hammer cast. We're back following Chase through a run at Fantasy Flight Game Center on April 12th. Here we are in round 4. If you're confused that we're in round 4, it's because we missed round 1. We jumped straight into round 2 with this series. Here we go, Chase taking on Jess in the final round. We've seen him win 2 games. We don't know if he's got a loss under his belt yet. So a chance that he's going for a 4-0, a chance that he's going for a 3-1. My name is Sam. I'm here with Andy. We're going to take you through this last round.
All right. So, like I said, this could either be a 3-0 or a 2-1 situation. A little technical difficulties on the first round, but that happens.
Better than technical difficulties on the last round, right?
That's true. Very true. So, here we go. Justice deck, it looks very strong. We've got Sanctum, Shadows, Untamed, one of my favorite 3 houses to play. We'll see how it goes. Jess, one of the local semi-regulars, and always a very high standings.
Absolutely. Great player. Chase cutting very carefully. And she's cheating already.
You got to watch those quick hands, quick shuffling.
That's right.
So let's see here.
Looks like she's going first, and she'll start with a Subtle Maul.
Subtle Maul is one of those cards you don't want to see early. You don't want to see at all. Multiple Subtle Mauls makes it even worse, but one of those cards you love to see on your side, hate to see it on your opponent's. So let's take a look. Where's Chase gonna start here? Straight developing the board, just like we knew he would.
Yep. Getting the Brabnar on the table. And we'll see if she'll make the choice to go back into Shadows to use that Subtle Maul. We see some Shadows in her hand.
Stay on your
the
side,
mind
Chase.
games begin.
Oh, there we go. We got an NFL next to a
back into
bowler.
Brabnar. Maybe waiting for a bigger Shadows turn. We know she had a couple in her hand as we can sneak a peek there. And we know that each time she does play Shadows for the rest of this game, she's going to be able to make him discard one randomly.
I was going to say Chase is very well board versus her very well established board. Almost better. I would say it's probably a little bit better situation.
Yeah, with that Bulwark sitting next to that Anaphyl.
And then trading Bumpsy for it.
So I'll take out the Anaphyl, trading his troll or his Bumpsy to do so.
I mean, in that situation, I mean, yes, you want to get rid of that NFL, but now he's left her Bulwark with an open side to just basically put anything down and be like, okay, this has 2 armor now. But at least next turn, he could always go after it once again.
Yeah, and the Bulwark itself, quite killable. At only 6 power, including the armor.
And let's see.
As she thinks, can I take out this troll before it does any damage?
And we got, that's first action of that Subtle Maul. Pulling a Frankus. Oof.
Taking the Frankus. And special delivery. Does she have a way to kill that troll before it kills the Bulwark? Yes, she does. Down goes the troll. 3 damage on the Bumpsy. The Bulwark will take 1 damage, and the Gatekeeper will be fine.
Urchin to steal 1. This
Poison, of course, 2 damage, not 3, so the Bulwark fine as well.
Yeah, this deck that Jess is playing also looks like it wants to control the board. So there's going to be some fighting out there today.
Yep. We might see a little bit of a battle of who can develop the board while also removing. And that'll test who can get the board first. It'll also test who's got that strong spot removal. Special Delivery, a great spot removal card with that Omni effect, allowing you to build the board while destroying something. And purging it, in fact.
Yep, if you can get it to destroy. And if not, you can make it a little squishy for something else.
Yep.
I mean, Bumpsy right now is actually in prime spot to be purged, which is always a scary spot to be in.
Yep. Thinking carefully. Coming off of a Shadow's turn, not likely to go back into Shadows to capitalize on that subtle maul. But she will do it. Naming Shadows.
Alright.
Playing a Nexus and a Shadow Self. Reaping with her Urchin. She'll activate.
Ooh, Creeping Oblivion. That's a great one to pull with
And
Subtle
putting
Maul.
the damage on the Tabris rather than purging the Bumpsy. An interesting choice.
Yeah, especially since we know the deck fairly well at this point. He's got that War Drummer. That Bumpsy may be coming back out.
Yes, and we also know that she has saved the pack in there somewhere. So getting some damage on a difficult to damage creature like Tabris, maybe setting her up for a kill later on.
Very true. Let's see here. Now it's Chase's turn to think very carefully. He's looking at a board that's kind of not looking great. That Nexus in a great spot. Not only is it protected by the Shadow Self, but also 2 armor from the Bulwark.
And what has he played here alongside the Tabris?
That is the Bureaucrat. Is it not the Bureaucrat? The other one, the
Merchant?
Merchant. We have not seen that once this set yet.
No. No, a rare card. A seldom impactful rare card, and along with the Shield of Justice, allowing the Tabris to take out the Bulwark, capturing 1, taking no damage. And the Piranha Monkeys.
Piranha Monkey's coming down. 2 damage to everything. Next to a Shadow Self. That is... Yep. That is definitely interesting. Yeah, Piranha Monkeys is one of those
Shadow
kind of...
Self will take 4. The Urchin will be dead.
Yeah, Piranha Monkeys is one of those hard to play cards because it's a fight reap or play a reap ability.
Yep.
Oh, but does pair very well with Save the Pack.
And it will clear the board, leaving only the Piranha Monkeys and the Nexus.
Yeah, no, then I'll tell you what, I have a couple decks with Piranha Monkeys in it, and they also happen to have Hunting Witches in there, and those are just, you don't want to see those 2 together.
No, you sure don't.
Yeah, kill that Hunting
Witch
right away.
As soon as he comes down. Yeah, or alternatively play it last, and then you're going to put the damage on everything you played.
Exactly, yeah, I usually end up having to play it first, losing out on the 1 Amber, but throwing down some other damage. Big Twig also
getting that
out.
Big Twig onto the board. Yeah. And here we are seeing...
I also think this is the first time we've seen the Succubus come out for Chase.
Yeah. And not yet a key in this game. About 10 minutes in.
Yeah,
and no keys. Not even very much Amber. With Jessica sitting on maybe 4 or 5 and Chase with only 3. We've seen our fair share of capturing. We've seen a little bit of destruction with a bump C.
Well, and basically, I think the reason we have it is because they're both still trying to battle for that board position because both their decks want it.
Yeah, I think both of them understanding that without the board, they're going to lose very quickly.
We do see, looks like a doorstep in Jessica's hand, which one of the best ways to stop your opponent from forging a key in the game, my opinion. But so we're going shadows, looks like. All right, Subtle Maul. This is the third card she's pulled from his hand.
And Chase talking a little bit of smack, a little bit of table talk. Say, well, you didn't get the one that I want to protect still.
And using that Nerf Blast to get rid of that Shaffles. That Shaffles has to go away as quick as possible.
Yep.
Nexus to Reap. Now,
That's Succubus almost evening out the effect of that Subtle Maul.
and in this situation, I may have actually used my Nexus to go into that Succubus. But once again, that's probably because I know that I think Chase only has one artifact, and that's that Howling Blaster or Howl Blaster.
Yep. Although we are in an Archon format here, Jessica will have had a chance to see his deck. And,
Chase clearing that Nexus out.
yeah. Nexus, I believe, is an elusive creature.
Yeah, he used Succubus and then Schuler.
And then the Schuler to kill it, I see.
Yep.
I see.
Yeah, it looks like we've got first key on the table. Looks like Jess was able to forge. As I say, her amber's a little tough to see on these keys.
Yeah, small pieces. Going into Sanctum here. There's the first doorstep. We'll see a Whispering Reliquary. Looks like a second Gatekeeper and a Commander Remiel.
And I can see Commander Remiel getting some use with that big twig.
Indeed, and Chase no stranger to how powerful Remiel can be. We'll see if he's able to take him off the table right away.
Yeah, let's see here. Lots of heavy contemplation in this game. All right, get rid of that Piranha Monkeys. Reap for 2. Puts him at check. Getting the 2 off that Dust Imp. So let's see here. And yes, looks like just like shuffling through that discard pile to see if something she's looking for is still there or not. Let's see here. All right, that's so now we're thinking she's got to be thinking, okay, I can get him off key probably. What is that?
Take hostages.
Take hostages. There you go. And you have at least one creature on the board that's going to be able to fight.
Yep.
Protect the weak.
Looks like protect the weak there on Remiel. And then using him to reap. Triggering the big twig also to reap. Stunning and exhausting something.
Yep.
The Schuler. Don't forget to exhaust it, Chase.
I think he might have. Let's see here.
And finally going to be able to take out that Succubus.
And
capturing one.
Getting him off the key.
Taking only 2 damage after the armor.
Oh, looks like Chase missed that exhaust on that.
And missing the exhaust, we'll see if he calls Dis and is able to unstun. He'll call Sanctum, and it looks like this won't make any difference.
Yep, one of those small misplays that Won't really matter, but it's there, Chase. We saw it. Gaining 2, putting him back up to 7 now. Did I just see that second doorstep? It's a possibility.
This would be a good time for it. A good time to stay in Sanctum.
Yep.
Trigger that Remiel a second time, and use that big twig to really start controlling this board.
You know, and from the previous games, we've seen a lot of heavy Brobnar creatures and boards come out from Chase. Haven't seen much of that this time. I think he had a Bumpsy come out. Looking through his discard with him, and maybe something else.
You're right, and he's been moving slowly.
So I mean, we've got a lot of Brobnar creatures still to come. Hopefully, they're coming out soon. And if his Brobnar can all come out at the same time, really rough up the board. Nature's Call to pounce those back to his hand. Now
making the choice to stay in Untamed.
Yep, and
so looking like she will give up this key.
With Big Twig, is that a must situation? Where you must, or is it an enemy? Bringing back an NFL with one of the regrowths. She's got one more.
No, that is a Reap, Stun, and Exhaust a creature. So a missed opportunity, perhaps.
To do that before the Nature's Call.
Yep. I'm bringing back Piranha Monkeys and Anaphil with those 2 regrowths. That's the second and third regrowth that we've seen from her. An interesting choice to bring back 2 creatures of different houses.
Being the fact that one would be able to be played out immediately, though. Let's see here. And I think they're actually just having the discussion that we had. Does it have to stun and exhaust? Yes, it does.
And the monkey will be stunned.
Yep, just stunned.
And then he'll stand up at the end of the turn.
Yeah, so not too bad.
Nope.
All right, she's sitting at check 9.
Check at 9.
Chase will get his key, though. Let's see here. Well, I don't really want to know what they were discussing. All right, Chase, forge that key. Let's see. He is looking for something. I'm not sure what he's looking for currently. Does he have anything to bring back stuff from his discard in this deck? I didn't think so. Oh, Arise.
Yep. He does have the Arise. He also has the Schuler in his hand.
Looks like Jessica missed the fact that he was sitting at 7.
Indeed.
Let's see.
She's going to attribute that to the Cider. Stealing 1 with the Schuler. Will that be enough? Unlikely.
Well, that'll put her at 8. There we go, 5. All right, 15 minutes left in the round. And he's going to probably go Dis. That's what my thought is.
Possibly Sanctum. Unlikely to be Brabnar this time.
No, there's like I said, we have hardly seen any Brobnar. There's hardly any Brobnar in his discard at this point. Unless he wants to bring it back for that one Bumpsy. It looks like he's going Dis. Yeah, to bring back is Succubus, Shaffles, and a Dust Imp. Not a bad bring back. Being able to get him on the board right away. Dropping her now to 4 at the end of his turn. All right. So this is kind of different from what we've seen from Chase for the last two games. Is that he's had a very prominent Brobnar Sanctum port going, and now we're seeing a lot of Dis out there. It's kind of strange how this is working out for him.
Yeah, a lot of small creatures.
But they have their utility, their little bit of control um, that could possibly put some damage on. Well, not damage, but stop her from doing a couple things. Preventing draws, drop an amber. Oof, and the War Drummer.
And hitting that War Drummer. I wonder, is that the one that he was holding on to?
Yep, Shaffles goes down to another Nerve Blast. Um, and, oh man, I had a thought process and it's gone. Just like that.
Back into shadows. And that lights out. She'll bounce the charrette, saying, "You want to keep me off this key? I'm going to keep you in dis."
And, oh, that was the fourth card that she's now taken with Subtle Maul. That's where that thought process was earlier.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
definitely getting some use out of it.
yeah.
Charging battery.
And Chase has gotten his singular artifact onto the table now. We'll see if she bounces that with the reliquary anytime soon. We have not seen her take advantage of that sanctum setup with the Remiel in a couple of turns.
Well, and now's the opportunity to do it. Is that you use that Remiel, you use your big twig, and you stun and exhaust that Dust Imp, keeping it out of play for at least 2 turns. Um,
Yep.
unless you can kill another route, which we've seen with a Heave the Huge or something along those lines. Drumble, another card we have not seen.
The Trumbull to capture now everything.
Yep, I was gonna say that was. And now he's got that Charette sitting in his hand, unfortunately. There we go. Get rid of that Remiel.
Yep. Hitting him for 5. She's doing the math.
Yep. And I think he's got to get this Dust Imp into something. Maybe into the Asp. Put some damage on it.
And choosing to reap, an interesting choice. But he's got that succubus back on the table.
Who's done in here? Schuler looked like.
I'm not supposed to choose this on the Schuler. I think a good choice.
I agree.
Really wishing that you had not made that mistake to stun your own monkey now, as you would have had the opportunity to trade off.
With
Oh, and now the piranha monkeys to kill her own Dew Pixie.
yeah, as I
Or
say,
Dew Fairy.
at that point, you should have played that a little backwards, but we've all done that from time to time. Get wrapped up in the moment.
Yep.
As I say, putting her back in check, giving Chase 2 with that Dust Imp, but not putting him in check. I still think she's in a pretty good position there.
Yeah, we know that he's packing that charrette. Will that be enough to take her off of check, deny the second key? And with a board full of Untamed now and Chase creeping up in the amber count, will we see that Ritual of Balance trigger? A card that almost never goes off.
You know, I say that that's one card I'd like to see in an Untamed deck from time to time because it just gives you that opportunity, if they went to exactly to 6, to pull them off a key and possibly, usually, go into Untamed to produce a bunch of your own Amber. Here's the Brobnar that we've been missing.
And Blood of Titans on Succubus. What a great play. As that Succubus goes to 8 power.
Yeah,
And
keeping
with
it
that
around.
static effect, very difficult to remove. He's going to get the asp out of there for free before it kills anything.
Yeah, it could have gone right after that Succubus. And I'm betting he's wishing he had that War Drummer to get that Bumpsy to trigger again.
And the second key goes off.
And it looks like she's...
And a great opportunity to stay in Untamed to get the steal. But she will choose Sanctum.
Doorstep, maybe? Oh, Grey Monk.
And the Grey Monk, along with those Piranha Monkeys, is going to be a great combination for her. And there's the Doorstep.
Yeah.
Dropping Chase to 5.
While also increasing her amber count. She's at 5, maybe? If she's at 5 right now, that could be...
Anaphil.
Anfield will protect that Grey Monk. Great spot for it.
Yeah, it's an Anaphil now with... would that be 3 armor? I think he's a 6'2", or is he a 6'1"?
I believe he's a 6'1", so he'd be 2 armor, 6 power.
Right, you are.
And we got to go into this to get that charrette back out.
And over a 20-something minute game so far, we've seen nobody decisively take the board. The position that Jessica's taken here may be the most commanding board state that we've seen so far. Far from dominant, as players are able to put creatures on the board and keep them on the board turn after turn on both sides.
Yeah, and it's very different from Chase's previous games because, like we said, he took the board pretty commandingly, especially that last game, laying down 7 Brobnar creatures at one time.
Yeah.
And
yeah, really more about presenting threats at this point than controlling the board. Threatening to destroy an important creature, threatening to make a key, threatening to steal are all the plays that we see. So even though people have been able to keep creatures on the board, we see that there's been a fair amount of fighting going on for the board and also a fair amount of posturing around the amber totals.
Yep.
As those have crept up. And here we go back into Untamed. She'll get the regrowth.
Yeah, put that regrowth right on top of your deck so you can draw it again, right? Let's see. So we've got... definitely think that Chase is looking a little grim right now. He's kind of in this situation where he has to keep answering her moves. And here we go. That charrette's going back, and probably that Succubus.
We're removing that Succubus. A great play. And which of hers will she return? A chance to return that monkey that's likely to have damage on it. And choosing not to trigger the Piranha Monkeys first.
Yeah, I mean, well, in this situation, your board's a little bit more protected with that Grey Monk. Probably would have thrown down some damage.
Yep. And with a full deck, a chance that we won't be seeing those Piranha Monkeys again.
And that puts her, so she got rid of that charrette, that puts her back on a check for, maybe 9, is my guess.
Yep. And Chase, with his slow control, is not going to have enough to answer that much.
Yeah, I would say 9 is too much for this deck to handle, I believe.
He's got the charrette.
Chase is trying to play the I win card. I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, I don't think he's got that one in his hand. He's looking for it. He's going to lose this game.
Yep, there it goes. He concedes.
He's lost. And going to overtime, we'll go to tie breaks.
There we go. And Jessica takes it down. So that
She takes it down.
puts
And
Chase at what is that? So that's what we saw: 2 wins, 1 loss. Um, it
and
was
looking at his deck on the app, we can see that this is a deck that has 2 wins and 2 losses.
so
Only played 4 times, so we can tell that Chase lost that first round game.
so so not a bad night. 2-2. Probably put him in the middle of the pack somewhere. Probably I don't know 12, 15 because we get big crowds. So
That's true.
so is that's gonna be it for this week. If you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. I think I don't do this YouTube uh, promotion too much. So if you like what you're seeing, we definitely put these out every week. And we're a little behind right now, but catching up as we speak. So stay tuned for more. So this is Andy and Sam. Take it easy.
Bye.